is about 40 degrees down here right now. So if you see icicles hanging off of my eyelids, that is why. Also, we will begin the video as soon as I am done eating this peppermint lollipop. This is going to take about 4 hours, so I hope you don't have anywhere to go. Okay, I'll put it away in my lollipop holster. Actually, where the hell am I going to put this? I'm going to eat you later. And I'm going to eat you later, too. It's your old pal that you've known ever since first grade, Josh Thomas here from the Bit Block. And today we're going to talk about a subject that got me very excited when I thought about it. I have a way with words. Have you noticed that? It's like molasses just slowly rolling right out of my mouth hole. You see, I've been playing a lot of the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online app Virtual Console stuff. And I'm like, man, there's some pretty fun games here. This is a pretty good, solid collection of N64 games. And then I'm like, I wonder which ones I would still want. So naturally, I was like, well, I would want to see GoldenEye 007. And of course, that is coming. And it's going to have online play. Cool, cool, cool. And I'm like, well, the snowboarding game, 1080 snowboarding or whatever, that'd be cool, all right? And then you got stuff like Excite Bike 64, which I remember renting that back in the day, and I remember being like, this sucks. So I don't know, maybe it is good, and I was just an angry little child. Some might say I'm still an angry little child. But yeah, so there's the games that I was thinking of, I'm like, well, yeah, there's not many. They got it covered. But then I thought of one in particular, and it got me excited. The very concept got me excited. And it's a long shot, but I think it's possible. You see, Animal Crossing, to me and you, is a GameCube game. But to our beautiful, gorgeous Japanese friends, it's actually a Nintendo 64 game. It's called Dobutsu no Mori in Japan, and it premiered on the Nintendo 64. Case closed, Your Honor. You see where I'm going with this. What if Nintendo brought the N64 version of Animal Crossing to the Nintendo Switch Online Virtual Console app, and they gave it online play? How incredible would that be? There's like 5 lenses on my new camera, so I don't know where to look. So if I look cross-eyed or wall-eyed or like I'm losing my mind, that's my excuse. I don't know which one of the lenses I'm supposed to look into. I keep looking into the screw on the tripod. That's not where you guys are. Anyway, so listen, it is actually a long shot, like I said, but it is plausible that they could actually do that. And you see, I don't think they're going to have a new Animal Crossing game ready anytime soon. They're going to keep riding New Horizons into the ground. And so it's like, well, how do we keep the Animal Crossing fan base kind of excited? We said we're not doing any more DLC for New Horizons, so maybe what's a project we could get going that would be cool? Well, if they were to add the original Animal Crossing to the Switch Online app, and then add online play to it where you could play with your friends, that would be beyond amazing to me. It would be so cool to be able to play Animal Crossing on the N64 and be able to play it in like HD, you know, really clear, be able to play it online with friends. I really want that to happen. Probably not gonna happen, but it would be cool if it did. I mean, surely Japan, it would make sense because it's like, hey, we're bringing N64 games over. That's one of them. But I didn't want this whole video to just be that because that's not really a big enough topic. So I decided to also try to think of things other than Animal Crossing, other than Dobutsu no Mori E+. Well, it wouldn't be E+, that's the GameCube game, but Dobutsu no Mori. I would also like to see Diddy Kong Racing. I think this is a more plausible one. Yes, it is made by Rare. Yes, Microsoft owns Rare, but so is Banjo-Kazooie, and that came over. Diddy Kong Racing is like a better version of Mario Kart 64. It's got, you know, probably better track design. It has boss battles. It has a little overworld map that you can drive around on or fly around on. It's got, did I say boss battles already? See, that's how my mind works. I forget what I was saying like a sentence ago. Because that's back there, baby. I'm in the future, moving forward. But yeah, it's got boss battles, and it'd be really cool. And playing Diddy Kong Racing online with friends at 7 frames a second with constant connection errors. Oh, what a joy that would be. In all seriousness, though, I think Diddy Kong Racing would be really cool to see on the Switch Online app. Next up, Banjo-Tooie. Now, I've heard people say Banjo-Tooie is not as good as the original game. A lot of people seem to have that opinion. They said it's overcomplicated and blah, blah, blah. But I still would like to try it. Over the Christmas break, well, every day is a break for me, but over the Christmas season, I did play Banjo-Kazooie for the first time on the Switch Online app, and I didn't really like it at first. At first, I was kind of like, yeah, this is rough, and I wasn't really enjoying it. But when I got to the snowy world, it's like the whole game opened up to me. Like, that is where the game starts getting really fun. So while I don't think Banjo-Kazooie is great, I do think it's really good. I'm not going to say anything else about it because I'm probably going to do a video about Banjo-Kazooie pretty soon. But I'd like to see the sequel come as well. You've got the first game. Bring on over the sequel. Why not? This is another big one that I think has to come. Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64. Yes, it maybe hasn't aged very gracefully, but it is still fun. It's slow, it's a little clunky, there's a very small roster, there's a very limited amount of stages, but there is a retro charm there, and if they added online play to it, that could be really neat. Playing the original Smash Bros. Online on the Switch, I would definitely be excited by that idea. So I think that's plausible too. It's a little weird how it isn't there yet. It's one of the biggest N64 games ever, yet it's not available yet. I would be really surprised if we never got that for the Nintendo Switch Online app. Right? Like, that would be so weird. What would be the reason to not put that on there? So yeah, I think that would be something a lot of people get excited about. And I think it would also maybe be one of those games where people would finally be like, okay, I'll pay the $50 to $70 a year or whatever the hell it is just to play that game online with friends because it'd be fun. So yeah. Animal Crossing, Dobutsu no Mori, Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo-Tooie, Super Smash Brothers. Those are the 4 games I want to see added to the Switch Online. But wait a minute, you ask. Isn't there one more game on that list of yours, Grandpa? Yes, there is. This isn't a Nintendo 64 game. It's a Game Boy Advance game, but what the hell, I'm going to throw this in here anyway. Mario vs. Donkey Kong. It is an amazing game. It is my favorite Game Boy Advance game, and if Nintendo adds Game Boy Advance titles to this service, I feel like that's gotta be there, maybe even from day one. That's like one of the iconic GBA games, and I have such good summer memories of playing that title. I play it every summer. I have it on the Wii U. The Wii U has it. So, I mean, come on, the bar is very low here, Nintendo. I would love to see that on the Switch. Again, not an N64 game, and Game Boy games are not on that app yet, but I do think they're coming, and if and when they do, I really want to be able to play Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and I want you guys to be able to play it as well, just in case you haven't. It's really fun. I enjoy it tremendously. So those are my requests, and there's not a lot there, right? I think for the most part, the NES, the Super Nintendo, and the N64 apps on the Switch, I really do think they kind of cover all the games you'd really want, with maybe a few exceptions here or there. But, you know, if I'm being reasonable, they're doing a pretty good job of that. Now, granted, it is this thing where it's like, we don't own them. It's the old motto of like, you will own nothing in the future and you will be happy. Well, I don't know about that, but I do like these applications, and I'm really excited by the idea of a Game Boy one, and I'm excited to see, even if like 1 or 2 of those games make it on there that I mentioned here today, that would be really cool. The Animal Crossing one, though, oh, I can dream, right? I can dream. I might be wrong, but let me dream. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Oh man, if that happens, I'm gonna look like an oracle for predicting Animal Crossing coming to the Switch Online app, the N64 title. I'm gonna look like Marjorie the Trash Heap Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'm going to get back to eating that lollipop, and I will talk to you very soon. Leave a comment below. What games on the N64 or otherwise would you like to see Nintendo add to these Virtual Console apps? Because I think I pretty much covered all the ones that I'm dreaming of. So I'm curious if I've missed any. Let me know. I always love more reasons to complain. Are there more gems that need to be on here? Let me know. Until then, I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye. My hands are frozen.